The curtain is descending on the stage of the long day. The colors of the afternoon are turning into gray. I look back at the journey with a peaceful, quiet mind, leaving every regret and every sorrow far behind. I am ready for the silence of the winter's heavy snow.
L'ultimo respiro come un bacio che dobbiamo dare to the universe that lent us the ability to care. The lights of the theater are fading one by one, but the work of the spirit is already completely done. I am at the threshold of the mysterious unknown, reaping all the beauty of the seeds that we have sown. The final destination
that the heart has always known,
softer than the feather,
lighter than the air.
In the final breath we are returning to the source, the end of the river and the ending of the course. No more need for words or for the struggle of the will. In the sanctuary of the perfectly and holy still,
a transition of the light into a different kind of glow. Everything we've learned is everything we need to know.
I feel the grip of the material beginning now to slip, as the soul prepares itself for the transcendental ship. The anchor is lifted from the heavy sandy floor as we drift away toward the distant golden shore. For I am filled with the essence of a pure and holy light. We have sung our songs and we have lived our many lives, but the legacy of love
is the only thing that survives.
The breath is just a bubble that is bursting on the sea,
setting the identity
of the person finally free, closing the heavy book of the history we made,
as the details
of the eagle start to fade.
Further than the prayer,
deeper than the sleep.
In the final breath we are returning to the source, the end of the river and the ending of the course.
No more need for words or for the struggle of the will.
In the sanctuary of the perfectly and holy still,
a transition of the light into a different kind of glow.
Everything we've learned is everything we need to know. heavy with the pressure of the things unsaid. A turbulent emotion that I've learned to fear and dread. It doesn't roar like lions or crash like waves upon the sand, but I can feel it vibrating within my trembling hand. A hurricane of feelings in a quiet, locked-up room.
La tempesta danza dentro senza fare rumore, the internal combustion of a hidden burning core. The lightning strikes the spirit,
but the world cannot see
the violent struggle to be brave and finally be free.
I am a captive of a weather that only I can feel.
Wait for the equilibrium
to break the heavy seal,
searching for the courage
to make the invisible real.
Colder than the glacier,
hotter than the cold.
it's a silent storm
raging in the center of the peace.
An internal conflict
that is begging for release.
The thunder is the heartbeat,
The wind is the sign,
a tempest under the surface
of a clear and blue sky.
No one hears the crashing,
No one sees the rain,
but we are the survivors of the invisible pain. I'll walk through the debris of the thoughts I've kept inside,
the wreckage of the moments when I didn't have the pride
to speak the honest truth and let the clouds finally part.
cleaning up the aftermath of a shattered, lonely heart.
I am the master of the gale that blows within my chest,
And I will give you shelter, I will give you a place to rest,
until the winds
subside and the atmosphere is calm.
applying to the trauma soft and healing balm.
We don't need the noise to prove the power of the fight. We just need the steady strength to make it through the night.
Watching as the pressure
Begins to slowly drop,
knowing that the spinning has to eventually stop.
deeper than the canyon, wider than the plain.
It's a silent storm,
Raging in the center of the peace
internal conflict
that is begging for release.
The thunder is the heartbeat,
The wind is the sign
a tempest under the surface
of a clear and blue sky.
No one hears the crashing,
No one sees the rain,
but we are the survivors of the invisible pain.
let it blow, let it blow,
Let it rain.
wash away the stagnation and the hidden
From
stain.
the eye of the cyclone we find the core of the truth.
A resilience that is hardened in the fire of our youth. Quietly,
Violently breaking.
it's a silent storm raging in the center of the peace,
An internal conflict that is
begging for release. The thunder see a city built of ethics and of polished stone, where the dignity of the person is the only seated throne. No one is forgotten, and no one is left behind in the architecture of a fair and a balanced mind. I am the visionary of a world that could be real.
Una ideale di gloria che il tempo non può scalfire, where the integrity of the spirit is the only thing we admire.
The standards of the ancients and the wisdom of the sage, guiding every movement of the coming of the age. We are the knights of a virtue that is never out of style,
walking with a purpose and a humble, steady smile,
lifting up the fallen from the heavy, dusty pile.
higher than the tower,
Firmer than the base.
it's a noble dream,
A vision of a grander state, where the kindness of the many is the master of our fate.
built upon the pillars of the honor and the truth, combining the experience of the age and of the youth.
A legacy of goodness that will echo through the years, washing off the cynicism and the dry and bitter sneers.
I will defend the weak with the sword of my conviction, refusing the comfort of a comfortable addiction to the easy and the cheap and the things that don't endure,
Keeping the intentions of my spirit absolutely pure. I am the sentinel of a better way of life,
and I will be the peace in the middle of the strife.
planting the orchards where the future can feed, eliminating the hunger and the rot of the greed. We are the builders of a cathedral of the grace, making this the home for the entire human race.
Polishing the shields of the courage and the light,
Making sure the beacon is burning through the night,
brighter than the diamonds.
steadier than the stars. It's a noble dream, a vision of a grander state, where the kindness of the many is the master of our fate.
Built upon the pillars of the honor and the truth, combining the experience of the age and of the youth.
A legacy of goodness that will echo through the years, washing off the cynicism and the dry and bitter sneers.
Stand tall, rise up,
Drink from the consecrated cup of the service and the duty and the sacrifice we make for the sake of the spirit and for the future's sake. Honor, duty, nobility.
it's a noble
flashing like the shields of warriors in the dark. And every lightning bolt is a cold and jagged spark. I see the ruins of the dreams we built upon the sand, shattered by the movements of a cruel and heavy hand. The rain is tasting like the salt of many bitter tears.
Il cielo si frantuma sotto il peso dei miei anni,
Facing the cold reality of all the hidden damages.
the stars are falling like the jewels from a broken crown.
And everything we cherished is slowly burning down.
But even in the wreckage,
There's a spark of something real, gathering the fragments of a world that's been undone, searching for the traces of the warm and distant sun, fighting through the chaos of the falling sky.
even through the broken heavens,
We will find a way
to bridge the gap between the night
and the coming of the day.
though the firmament is cracking and the pillars start to shake.
We are the only promise that the storm can never break.
Rising from the debris with a courage made of steel.
A destiny that only we are destined now to seal.
I will not tremble when the thunder shakes the solid ground.
I will not falter when the sirens of the end resound.
My chest is a fortress,
My will is a sharp blade.
I am the master of the choices that I've proudly made.
The darkness is a challenge that I'm ready to embrace. I'll find the beauty in the lines of your exhausted face, and use the fragments of the sky to build a new escape.
Giving us salvation,
A new and better shape. The storm is just a canvas for the strength we have to show. The seeds of our resilience are beginning now to grow. Braving the destruction of the atmosphere above, armed with nothing but the fierce tenacity of love. Harder than the diamond, bolder than the lion.
even through the broken heavens,
We will find a way
to bridge the gap between the night
and the coming of the day.
though the firmament is cracking and the pillars start to shake.
We are the only promise that the storm can never break.
Rising from the debris with a courage made of steel.
A destiny that only we are destined now to seal.
Rebuild the temple
Restore the light.
from the shards of the blue.
We will create the new.
No disaster is final.
No ending is absolute.
Spirit is the tree, the soul is the lasting fruit. Let it fall,
search the valleys of the common and the plain, looking for a purpose in the struggle and the pain. But there's a pull like gravity toward a loftier plane, above the clouds of selfishness and the clouds of disdain. I feel the oxygen of a rare and thinner air.
Un affetto nobile che ci porta oltre il confine, where the earthly attachments
finally start to decline.
It is not a passion that burns and then turns into ash, but a steady radiance, not a momentary flash.
We are ascending the staircase of a grand design, and leaving the ego in the dust of the lowlands below, watching the seeds of a selfless devotion start to grow, greater than the mountain, clearer than the stream. We are found in a higher love, a peak we've never scaled, where the secrets of the heart are finally unveiled.
Beyond the petty jealousies
and the grasping of the hand,
a sovereign territory,
a vast and holy land.
it's the summit of the spirit,
The victory of the soul,
the only kind of union that can make the broken whole. I will not settle for the crumbs upon the floor, when the banquet of the infinite is waiting at the door. I'll climb the jagged precipice with a steady iron will, until the frantic beating of the world is perfectly still.
I am a pilgrim on the path to a brighter light,
And I will be the eagle that accompanies your flight,
soaring on the thermals of a pure and honest grace, until we find the coordinates of our rightful place,
no longer bound by the chains of a small and narrow mind,
leaving all the bitterness and the pettiness behind,
reaching for the rafters of the celestial dome,
finding in the kindness of a stranger a sense of home,
lighter than the lily,
stronger than the gale.
we are found in a higher love,
A peak we've never scaled,
where the secrets of the heart
are finally unveiled,
beyond the petty jealousies
and the grasping of the hand,
a sovereign territory,
a vast and holy land. It's the summit of the spirit, the victory of the soul, the only kind of union that can make the broken whole.
lift your eyes,
Lift your voice
make the ultimate and the final choice,
to live for the other, to die to the self, in the storehouse of the spirit find the only real way. Higher, purer, guides my spirit through the heavy mist.
Every breath I take is a testament to the unseen,
waiting for the whisper of the angels to call my name.
Nel silenzio della notte cerco la tua nobile verità, an ancient path carved in the stone of ancient time.
My heart is a temple where the incense of hope burns, searching for the dawn that promises a world reborn.
Rising like the incense smoke to reach the golden throne,
we offer up the fragments of a life we've known,
higher than the mountains, deeper than the sea.
This is our eternal prayer, a song that never fades,
echoing through valleys
and the darkest canyon shades, with a million voices joined in harmony so pure.
Love is the salvation that will
a sacred vow spoken to the sky above.
I walk upon the burning sand with faith as my only shield. The stars are witnesses to the promises we yield.
No distance is too far for a soul that seeks the flame. I shout the glory of your spirit, I invoke your name.
And in the middle of the storm,
I see the beacon shine,
a celestial map
designed by a weaver so divine.
I am but a vessel for the melody of peace,
praying for the day when all the earthly sorrow cease,
climbing through the clouds
to touch the silver lining,
to wandering souls
in a perfect cosmic aligning,
brighter than the sun,
softer than the moon. This is our eternal prayer, a song that never fades,
echoing through valleys
and the darkest canyon shades, with a million voices joined in harmony so pure.
Love is the salvation that will forever endure,
A sacred vow spoken to the sky above.
Sanctus, Sanctus, we cry into the vast unknown,
Building a cathedral
from the seeds that we have sown.
no wall can hold the spirit.
No chain can bind the light.
We are the guardians of the truth within the night. Hear the humble plea,
Grant us the strength to see
the miracles in everything.
this is our return.